In this video, we are discussing wrapper classes in Java.
In this demonstration, we shall discuss on the wrapper class. Within the class, that is the wrapper class here, we are defining one variable within the main function, that is the int val is equal to 10. That means this val is one integer variable. Int res, so we have defined another integer variable res and which is uninitialized. Now this particular val has been passed as the input argument to the integer constructor, and integer here is nothing but one wrapper class. So creating one integer type object using int. So integer is equal to new integer val. So in this way you can find that this val has been passed as the input argument to the constructor integer, and it is actually helping it to define one object under the wrapper class integer here. So res is equal to integer dot int value. That means here the value which is there within this integer wrapper class object will be assigned to this res, and res is going to get printed. So val was having the value 10, and this particular val has been wrapped within this wrapper class object, that is the integer, and from this integer we are trying to get the value now. So the respective method is init value. So respective method is init value, and that is returning the respective value there, which is getting assigned onto the integer variable res, and res is getting printed. So let me go for the execution. You can find that the value of res is 10 here. So it has got printed up to this level. Next, integer my int is equal to 50. That means automatically it is converting to my int. That means it is automatically, this line is automatically getting converted to the respective statement, that is my int is equal to new integer 50. Now system.out.println, if you print this my int, that is the integer wrapper class object, actually internally it is using my init value. That is the int value, that is the respective method which you used in the earlier case also. So if I go for the execution, you can find that it is printing the value 50 here. In the next one, we are having this I123 is in the type of string, and it will be converted to this integer using integer dot parse int. If you consider this parse int, you can easily find that this parse int is under the public scope defined as static returns integer. Parse int is the name of the method which takes one string class object as input argument and throws the numbered format exception. So as a result of that, this integer dot parse int you can write directly, because integer is the respective class name under which the parse int is one of the member method. So as it is of the type static, so instead of defining integer class object, we can directly access this parse int using class name dot operator, that is the integer dot parse int. So it is just converting this string to the respective integer, and the value of this integer is getting printed. But here we are having pre-increment. That means instead of printing 123, we are expecting that it will print 124, because here it is having the pre-increment, not the post-increment. Plus sign is appearing before this res variable. So let us go for the outcome. It is printing that the value of res after increasing is 124. Next, we are having this res is equal to integer dot parse int fe, comma 16. So here we are passing one string. Here also we pass the string, but here the default base it was considered as the decimal base, that is a 10. But here we have mentioned explicitly that is the base will be 16, and that will be assigned to this res, and then the res is getting printed. So now you know that f means 15 and e means 14. So how to calculate this one? It is very simple. So we can consider this fe expressed in the base 16. Say I'm just writing this one in this way. Expressed in the base 16, which is nothing but that is a 15 into 16 to the power of 1. So 16 to the power of 1, this one, and then we're having this one, that is a e means actually this is my 14 into 16 to the power of 0. So 14 into 16 to the power of 0. So what will be the value? The value will be 16 into 15, that is 240, plus we're having this one as 14, so plus 14 we're having, so fe, so which is nothing but 254. So this is the value we are expecting. Let me check that what value we got earlier. We got this 254 here. So from here we are getting this explanation. Okay, next one, long dot to binary string. So long is another wrapper class, and this to binary string is one method, and which is public static string to binary long I. So it will take the long variable as input argument, and which returns a string as outcome, and it is of the type static. So it is of the type static method. So that's why I can directly access this to binary string from this long class directly. Now here the value is 91. So let us express this 91 in terms of binary. So let me write it here. So we are having this 91. 91 is nothing but 64 plus 27. So 27 means 16 plus 11. So that means 8 plus 3. That means 2 plus 1. So in this way I can easily express this 91. So it is 64 is present, you can find here, 32 is absent, 16 is present, 8 is present, 4 is absent, 2 is present, and 1 is present. So that should be the respective equivalent, binary equivalent of 91. So let me check what outcome we got here. You can find that we have got this one 1011 011 1011 011. Yes, so in this way the values have got printed. So the binary of 91 can be obtained by long dot to binary string 91. So 91 is of the type of long, which is being passed as the input argument to this to binary string method, and which is of the type of static. So that's why we can easily access it from the respective class name, that is a long dot. Long dot to hex string. So 91 will be converted to the respective hexadecimal. So what is the outcome here we are getting here? And that is about 5b. Why 5b? Because we know that 5b means 5 into 16 to the power of 1. What is that? That is our 80 plus b. B stands for 11. So 80 plus 11, so that is 91. So really we are having this 91 has got expressed in terms of hexadecimal here. So the next one is that we are having this integer. We define this integer that is the integer wrapper class object integer. So integer dot to string. So respective integer value whatever is residing in this integer, that is the integer class object, wrapper class object, will be assigned to this int string object, and later the string object is getting printed. And here you see we pass this val while instantiating this integer wrapper class object integer. So if you print, we are going to get here 10 here. So in this way, in this particular demonstration, we have explained that how to use our wrapper class objects in our Java code.